independent voter, old and computer illiterate. I call this one Donald Trump. I have never experienced a man that went through as much garbage, actually, is the nicest way I could put it. I keep telling people, facts do not care about your feelings and numbers do not lie. Look at President Trump's first term until we got hit with that filthy communist China flu. You could call it Corona, you could call it COVID, put whatever number you want after it. Those filthy Chinese communist government bastards, they had to figure out a way how to stop President Trump. But they went a little too far. You see, they're evil, but they're also geniuses. They figured maybe they'd stop him and they'd spread it worldwide. So this way they could think that they pushed their communism on the world. Not going to happen. Facts don't care about your feelings and numbers don't lie. Look at food and gas prices up until that filthy communist China flu. And if you're listening to this thinking that it was better under Biden, that in my opinion is a fraudulently installed puppet degenerate with dementia, that empty suit, half a homie punk ass bitch almost got a third term. And you know who I'm talking about. We elected somebody just because of their race. Totally unqualified. And he's still going around talking shit. The Hatch Act should be put on him. Somebody tell him he's not president anymore. Him going to foreign countries talking his shit. He's not the president anymore. And when I see stuff on him coming back in 2028 because President Trump wants a third term, that guy was the worst thing that ever happened to this country. Barack Hussein Obama, in my opinion, is the most divisive human being in the history of humanity. He did a great job in 8 years dividing us. And if it wasn't for former degenerate Bill Degenerate Clinton tweaking affirmative action, a guy like him would have never gotten near the presidency. You can't elect people according to their race. I've said this in other videos. There's a job. You got to take a test to get the job. So the person with the highest score doesn't get the job because somebody with a lesser score of a different race gets the job, which means that person with the lesser score is less qualified for the job. Get it? I didn't know shit about President Trump other than successful business guy, was in a movie Home Alone and had a hit show called The Apprentice, which I never watched a second of. All I saw was the commercials. I got cable, I got rid of it. Television is a wasteland now. Again, independent voter, old and computer illiterate. I'm glad I came up with there was only 10 channels. And at the end of the day, TV stations would show the flag, play the national anthem, and then stop broadcasting. But now it's 24/7, so many stations, so many movies available. It's ridiculous. It creates a scattered mindedness that's no fucking good. But I have never seen such hatred for a man. The guy's not getting paid. He lost money as a billionaire becoming president. And the audacity of these people that say he's just making it easy for his billionaire friends. Hey, the Democrats have billionaires too. Vice President Ho raised over $1 billion. Thank goodness she did not win. Talk about unqualified. She couldn't answer a question. She didn't have any kind of policy. Like a bad version of Hillary Clinton. And she had the opportunity. And for me, it's bad enough they installed that degenerate with dementia, because I'm never going to believe I read somewhere he got 80 million votes, and somewhere else I read he got $81 million votes. I'm never going to believe Joe Biden got that many votes. The Democrats pulled off, in my opinion, the biggest voter fraud in the history of this country. He had every right. Should have demanded a recount. And I'm not even going to get into the illegal immigrant thing. If you're an illegal immigrant, I want you out of this country. The minute you come across that border illegally, you are a criminal. Stop giving them benefits, they'll leave. Period. But that fraudulently installed puppet degenerate with dementia gave over 2 million illegals Social Security numbers. Him and his crackhead degenerate son should go to jail. All I want for Christmas is indictments. And you know the so-called mainstream, lamestream, legacy, fake news media they don't exist. For me, it's 30 years. I don't watch ABC News, NBC News, CBS News, Fox News in the bottom of the barrel, CNN, MSNBC, and CNBC. I don't watch them. And it sucks because I'm old, I'm computer illiterate. It takes me a long time to do the research. Journalism in this country is all but dead. A true journalist, a true reporter, follows the truth no matter where it goes and exposes it to the people. There was a short period of time in America where news organizations were considered the fourth estate. Now, for decades, they have turned into the fifth column. And if you don't know what I mean politically by that, stop watching this and go look it up, because that's the biggest virus. That's the biggest disease in America, is ignorance and a lack of common sense, logic, and reason. There's a right thing and a wrong thing to do. I had some jerk-offs telling me one time, life, you're too much. Life isn't black and white. Sometimes it's shades of gray. Hey, life isn't a color chart, man. All I seek is peace, and all around me is talks of war and violence. And President Trump, I have such respect for this guy, for what he's been through. He lost money being president, and he's not getting paid. How many of you would do work and not get paid? Yeah, I know, he's a billionaire. That's the point. He doesn't need to work. He didn't need to do this. That's why I know this guy truly loves this country and wants to bring it back to we the people. These people in the Senate and the Congress suck. I'm glad I'm an independent. Both parties suck. They're just out for themselves, to enrich themselves. They say they want to see President Trump's tax returns. I want to see everybody in Congress and the Senate tax returns. How do you come in making 170 G a year and in a couple of years you're a double and triple digit millionaire? Nancy Pelosi and her husband need to go to jail. Nobody picks stocks that good. And now I'm realizing that this is running too long. Besides the disease of ignorance in America, is this other thing with short attention spans. And I understand that because we're diverted by the screen you're listening to me on. Stop scrolling, man. Put the phone down for a couple of hours. Don't go on the computer for a day. Can't do it, can you? So I limit my time. And Facebook sucks now. I get restricted and banned like crazy. That billionaire nerd weirdo Schmuckerberg, he's a real piece of shit. So in conclusion, I did a video with the title, All I Want for Christmas. And that's all I want for Christmas is for President Trump to tell the Attorney General, I know that the wheels of justice go slow, but please, can you step on the pedal a little bit? I want to see indictments so that rational people will maybe, and this is a long shot, maybe these insane liberal, I'm not even going to get into that woke shit. To me, that woke shit is just imposed mental illness on the American public, and it's really fucking up the young people. Boys can go into the girls' bedrooms, boy, because they're trans. Please, man. If you're gay, you're gay. I don't give a shit what two consenting adults do in private. It's none of my business as long as there's no children involved. Understand? So in conclusion, wow, I'm running. This is the longest one I think I've done. In conclusion, all I seek is peace, and I want indictments, beginning with Clinton, Obama, Schiff, Comey, that guy Ken Smith. I want to see massive indictments. And I want all of it to be put on the internet, all the accusations made. We have such a corrupt Senate and Congress that are just out for themselves to enrich themselves, their families, their cronies, and of course the millionaires and billionaires that give them the money for their campaigns to bullshit the American people so they keep getting reelected and reelected over and over again and accomplish nothing. So this is being done before Christmas. Yeah, and it's Merry Christmas. Forget about Happy Holidays. It's Merry Christmas. Every time somebody tells me Happy Holiday, I turn around, I look at them, I go, no, Merry Christmas to you, man. So I want everyone to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for listening.